Hello and welcome to Championship Game Week 21 predictions. We will also have Premier League Game Week 16 predictions at the end of the video, as I just don't have any time tomorrow whatsoever on Friday. So yeah, let's just jump straight to my Championship Game Week 21 predictions. If you do like the predictions, don't forget to like, share and subscribe as well. So yeah, let's just jump straight in. And it all starts tomorrow night where West Bromwich Albion take on Sheffield United. Both sides kind of in needing of win. Yes, Sheffield United have been pretty good lately, but they will be looking to win this, as they need, if they are going to get top six, they do need to be pushing that a little bit further and maybe getting into that top six come the end of the season. Yes, they've lost 11 games so far this season, but anything is possible. In the Championship, West Brom, on the other hand, back-to-back losses for them, went 3-0 down against Southampton in that first half, did come back, but it wasn't to be enough. Sheffield United did draw at home to Norwich, a good point for Norwich, that one, but yeah, probably 2 points drop for Chris Wilder's side in that one. 17th versus 16th, a team that's doing really well and a team that's really on a downward trajectory. And I think if Ryan Mason does lose this, we say this every week though, if Ryan Mason loses, he could be gone, but we don't know with West Brom at the moment. Last Sunday play was a 2-2 draw on the 8th of December, 1-1 draw between them back at Bramall Lane in December last year. 4 wins for West Brom, 2 draws, 5 wins for Sheffield United. I'm going to back Sheffield United to win this. I'm going for a 2-0 away victory in this one. May come as a bit of a surprise to you, but yeah, I think Sheffield United will win quite comfortably at the Hawthorns here by 2 goals to 0. Norwich versus Southampton is at 12:30 then. Philip Clement's side. They've kind of had a little bit of a resurgence under him so far. They take on the Southampton side under Tonda Ecker that are absolutely flying at the moment. Only one win in the one loss in their last 5. They beat Birmingham, they beat West Brom recently, beat Leicester and Charlton. Remember when they smacked them up as well. Yeah, 1-1 draw away at Sheffield United. There can be some positives to take from that for Philippe Clement's side in that one. Danny Ings scored the opener for Sheffield United and then Soumari's own goal, dragging Norwich back into it. Head-to-heads look like this. 3-0 away with Southampton back on the 26th of August. 1-1 draw last Sunday play in the Championship at Carrow Road. It's that dramatic 4-4 draw back at St Mary's, of course. 3 wins for Norwich, 5 draws, 7 wins for the Saints on this occasion. Very difficult one to call because Norwich are starting to come a bit better under Philippe Clement. Southampton on absolute fire at the moment. Yeah, very difficult to call. Gonna back Southampton though. I think 2-1 away winners in this one. I think they're on a real good roll at the moment. Are Southampton? I could see them winning this one as well by 2 goals to 1 away at Norwich. Oxford versus Preston now then. Oxford take on Preston at the Kassam. Oxford only 1 loss in their last 5, but there has also only been 1 win in their last 5 as well. Rest have been 1-1 draws against Blackburn, Norwich and Middlesbrough. You could say the same about Preston. They've drew to Coventry, Wrexham and Watford 1-1. They have only beat Sheffield Wednesday in their last 5. 2 sides that are struggling for a bit of form at the moment. This could be a real momentum booster. If one of them did win this, it can't really afford to be a draw, can it really? Yeah, I mean, Preston are okay. They just need to improve. Just generically, I think their away form could be a bit better, maybe, if they are to keep inside those playoffs, but they have had a fairly decent start to the season, or a decent first half to the season, as they still sit in the playoffs. Last Sunday play was 3-1 home for Oxford back at the Kassam on the 31st of August 2024, back on the 4th of January. Was a 1-1 draw, 1 win for Oxford, 1 draw and 0 wins for Preston, of course. I don't know in this one, I really don't. I'm gonna back a 1-1 in this one, I think, just because Oxford are okay at home, not too bad compared to their away form. So yeah, 1-1. I think Preston will take a draw, to be honest, here at the Kassam. Stoke versus Swansea now then at the Bet365 Stadium at 12:30. This game always manages to find its way onto TV, or onto Sky at least. 4 losses out of the last 5 for Stoke. Back-to-back wins for Vitor Matos' Swansea over Oxford and Portsmouth, but you've got to beat what's in front of you. Head-to-heads look like this. 3-1 winners for Stoke. Last Sunday play Swansea on the 15th of February, 5th of October was a 0-0 draw. 14 wins for Stoke, 6 draws, 8 wins for Swansea City in that one. 8th sits Stoke at the moment, 18th sits Swansea City. 10 places between the two sides in the Championship at the moment. Stoke really have been on a bit of a horrible run. Swansea may be getting that new manager bounce sorted at the moment. Another difficult one to call. Ruben Ricardo's the rest, so the game's been wrecked already. I'm going to back a 0-0 between these two. I just don't see a lot happening, to be honest. I mean, Stoke are on poor form. Swansea are starting to get the effects of a new manager bounce. If I were to back a team, it probably would be Swansea, but I'm going to back a 0-0 in this one. I don't think there's going to be an awful lot quality-wise to show in this game. So yeah, 0-0. Don't think there'll be a lot in it. Cagey game in my eyes. Now to St Andrews, where Birmingham probably will win against Charlton, as they have brilliant home form but absolutely crap away form for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. I think Chris Davies has a certain naive way of playing away from home. Also doesn't help that players don't close down when what was his name? Was it I don't know what his name was. Morgan, that was it, didn't close him down at all, and Beadle should be saving that. He's gone through his fingers twice in 2 games, 3 errors, but then he has done okay in terms of the others. Enough waffling on that. Charlton themselves on an absolutely wretched run of form at the moment. Yeah, losing to Middlesbrough, Coventry, Stoke, Southampton, Wrexham, list goes on. Head-to-heads look like this. They did beat Charlton last season, did Birmingham by a 0-0. Only goal came from Jay Stansfield in that game. And then back on the 5th of October was a 1-0 home win for Charlton against Birmingham. 5 wins for Birmingham, 5 draws, 4 wins for Charlton. A bit of a mixed bag, this one. I'm going to back Birmingham to win this. I'm going to go for a Birmingham 3-0 home win just because of the home form, which is absolutely horrible. Home form? No, the away form's absolutely horrible. The home form is absolutely immaculate for some reason, and that's why I'm going for a 3-0 Birmingham home win over Charlton Athletic in this one. Coventry versus Bristol City. Now Coventry grabbing a point away at Preston midweek, which is probably not what they would have wanted, as it's allowed Middlesbrough to close in that little bit more. But they take on a Bristol City side who did draw at home to Leicester in the week, which is an okay result. I mean, it's not exactly the best result in the world, is it? Coventry did beat Bristol City last time. They did play on the 18th of January by a 0-0. And there was 1-1 back on the 24th of August there. 9 wins for Coventry, 5 draws, 7 wins for Bristol City. Yeah, difficult one to call this one despite Coventry's poor form, but then Bristol City have kind of slipped off a cliff as well, and they're currently sitting 10th in the table, not 11th, that's where Birmingham sit. This one takes place at the CBS. Coventry have been immaculate at home all season long. They're going to win this, I think, Coventry City. I'm going for a nice 2-0 home Coventry win in this one. I think they will get over the line against the Bristol City side that are just started to slip down the table a little bit under Gerhard Strupp at the moment. So, yeah, 2-0 Coventry in this one. Now, the battle of the 2 relegated clubs from the Premier League last season as Leicester City take on Ipswich Town at the King Power. Leicester grabbing a 2-2 draw away at Bristol City midweek isn't that great for them, probably, if they want to be getting in towards those playoffs at the end of the season. Can't afford to keep dropping points. They've got to be winning those sorts of games. They did beat Derby before that. We don't speak about the form before that for Leicester City. Ipswich Town back-to-back wins over Coventry and Stoke. And Ipswich are really coming into stride now, aren't they? Doing very well at the moment. Only lost their last oh my god, the last game they lost was against Oxford 2-1, which was a bit of a iffy game for them. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, head-to-heads look like this. 2-0 home win for Leicester City over Ipswich back in the Premier League on the Sunday the 18th of May. 1-1 draw on the 2nd of November. Before that, the past 2 fixtures before that were also 1-1 draws at Portman Road and the King Power. 6 wins for Leicester, 4 draws, 2 wins for Ipswich. I'm going to back Leicester in this one, actually, to get over the line and go for a 2-1 home Leicester City win at the King Power. Maybe they're starting to click under Marty Cifuentes. Should be a good game of football, high quality game of football, this one. So, yeah, back in Leicester to win this by 2, cost 1 over Ipswich. Middlesbrough, QPR at the Riverside now. QPR really doing well. 4 wins out of the last 5, and most recent over Birmingham in the dying minutes in that one. just after Birmingham equalising the 93rd. 3-1s on the bounce for Kim Hellberg's Middlesbrough beating Derby, Hull and Charlton in there. Not amazing sides, but as I say, you have to beat what's in front of you. Middlesbrough sits second in the table, QPR just outside those players on a -3 goal difference. Crazy, you sat up in 7th on a minus goal difference, while Millwall are in 3rd on a -2 goal difference as well. Yeah, QPR doing very, very well under the season. There was a lot of questions about Julian Stefan coming into the season, whether he will meet expectations, and he is just doing that for QPR. 2-1 home win for Middlesbrough over QPR last time out on the 11th of March. 4-1 away win for Middlesbrough back on the 5th of November, bonfire night last season. 10 wins for QPR, 3 draws, 9 wins for Borough. Kim Hellberg's had a brilliant start so far. I think that is going to not continue in this one. I think this is going to be a draw. I'm going to go for a Desmond. I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Middlesbrough and QPR. Might come a bit of a shock, maybe, but I think QPR are playing some really good stuff at the moment. That is why I'm back at a 2-2 draw between these two. Millwall versus Hull now then at the Den. Millwall need to keep winning just to stay in those playoff places, as it's still very congested in there at the moment. They did grab a point away at Derby, 1-1. They'll take that in the week. Not easy going away to John Eustace's teams and getting something away from home, especially. 1-0 away win for Hull last time. They did play at the Den on the 18th of January, back on the 24th of August. Was a 0-0 draw, quite a low scoring fixture. This game has only had over 4 goals in it in the last 5 meetings, I think. Yeah, last 6 meetings, I should say, with a 2-2 draw in there as well. That was the only time more than both teams have scored in a game. 7 wins for Millwall, 6 draws, 8 wins for Hull. This is going to be a tight and scrappy game. I don't know why I see Hull winning this. I have a funny feeling they might. They beat Wrexham in the week. I'm going to back them for a away win over Millwall here. I'm going to back Hull City to win this by 1-0 away at Millwall. This will come as a proper shock. But I don't think it is. Well, I don't think it is personally. I think Hull are quite a good side at the moment. Millwall are still doing okay under Alex Neil. They've only picked a couple of wins here and there recently. They haven't been amazing. So yeah, I'm backing a Hull away win in this one by 1-0. Portsmouth versus Blackburn then, and this should be, well, you say it should be a simple home Portsmouth win, but Blackburn's away form has been spot on so far this season. It has to be said. Portsmouth 4 wins out of the last 5. If they do lose this one at home, you could see John Messina maybe potentially getting sacked. Home win for Portsmouth last time out on the 29th of March. 1-0 home win for them there. 3-0 home win for Blackburn over Portsmouth on the 15th of January. Last time out, 1 win for Portsmouth, 0 draws, 3 wins for Blackburn on that occasion. Blackburn's away form is top-notch. It is 3rd in the league. Portsmouth's home form is down in 20th. They are not doing particularly great under John Messina, who can currently sit 22nd in the table. Do a back Blackburn for another win in this one. You know what I do? I'm going to back Blackburn to win this by 2-1 away from home, just because their away form is absolutely brilliant under Valerian Ismail. I could see them winning this one as well. Portsmouth haven't been particularly good at home this season, and I can just see Blackburn getting another win away from home on the board in this one. So yeah, 2-1 Blackburn over Pompey. And the Battle of the W's is the final game as Wrexham take on Javi Gracia's Watford. Wrexham losing away to Hull in the week, not a particularly great result for Phil Parkinson's side in that one. Watford getting a very disappointing home draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Probably should have won that. That was almost a nailed-on Watford win, but a 1-1 draw in the end. They did beat Norwich recently. Their only loss in the last 5 came at Birmingham, which is pretty much an impossible place to go at the moment, it has to be said. Wrexham only 1 win in the last 5. That was a 2-0 win over Bristol City. No head-to-heads to compare these two sides, unfortunately. 14th sit Wrexham at the moment, 27 points. 12th sit Watford. A win for Wrexham would see them take or go above Watford in the table for Wrexham. Wrexham drew last 4 of 7 last championship matches. They've scored only 4 goals in their last 5 as well, championship games. 9-game unbeaten run ended at Hull. Watford have scored 9 in their last 5, can pass Wrexham in the table with a win. Counter Watford, that's what I meant. I meant Watford could overtake Wrexham. Although they are ahead, so I'm not sure what that stat means. It says on both occasions here. I don't think Footmob's got it correct. Watford scored 9 goals in the last 5, but haven't kept a clean sheet in 7. Difficult one to call. I'm going to back a Wrexham home win, as they are quite good at home. For going to back a 1-0 scrappy home Wrexham win in this one, just to get over the line. And yeah, Wrexham to win this by a goal to 0 over Watford. Sheffield Wednesday derby is on Monday night. I mean, why would you televise this? No offence to Sheffield Wednesday fans, but you are just going to get battered. I hope not, but I hope you win this. But as it's against Derby as well. Yeah, last I did play in the Championship was a 4-2 home win for Sheffield Wednesday over Derby, and then back on the 1st of December, 2-1 away win for Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think that's going to be happening this time around. 6 wins for Wednesday, 9 draws, 7 wins for Derby. Got a little bit of history this game. It's been in League One for a few times as well. Sheffield Wednesday minus 9 points at the moment. They're pretty much down and out, aren't they? Derby sit 50th at the moment. I'm going to back Derby, obviously. I'm going to back them 2-0 away winners in this one, Sheffield Wednesday. We know what their issues are, and I think John Eustace's side will get a nice, comfortable 2-0 away win at Wednesday here. So yeah, Derby to win this by 2 goals to 0. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 21 Championship predictions. My Premier League predictions are on the side there if you want to take a quick look at them, with the Championship predictions as well, of course. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will speak to you all on the next one, which will be a review on Monday. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all on the next one.